If you are building brands that is not connected to people and community, it will not last. Not at all. Today, that is what we are talking about. Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Leah T. Porter, and I am back with another episode. Yep, your girl, the serial entrepreneur or creative entrepreneur, whichever one you want to pick, and all of those good things like that. And I'm so very excited to be here. And guess what? First, I want to take this time to say thank you. Listen, an attitude of gratitude always wins. And if this is your first time tuning in, thank you. And I hope that you come back, find something in this video inspirational to come back to more, or even go back and watch my old videos. And if you are not new here, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. And I hope that these videos are educational, aspirational, motivational, relatable, all the bowls. But lo and behold, all I'm trying to say is thank you. Today, we are talking about what it truly means to build brands rooted in community, not just about trying to be visible or trying to, grow your audience, which is okay, but really the intentionality that goes behind building a community rooted business. And listen, I feel like I have some experience in this topic because a lot of my work that I do is community oriented, and I love the work that I do. And so yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So what is community not? Community is not about numbers or having a certain amount of followers, which I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think there is a space for that and a reason why it's necessary, right? But that's not what we're talking about today. Community is not about engagement metrics, again, which that is important, but that's not what we're talking about today. And community is not about like aesthetics, right? Again, which is also important. All of those three things are very important, but it's just not what we're talking about today, okay? Community is about building relationships, about building trust, and relationships requires a lot of responsibility. Working and building community requires a lot of responsibility. So let's talk about what it really means to build a brand rooted in community. And let's start off with why people tend to avoid it. And I want to say it's probably because, let's go back to that word responsibility. There's so much responsibility in building community rooted programming and brands. A lot of responsibility and a lot of accountability that forces you to listen. To be a listener of people, to see what people want, what people need, what people desire. And it pushes you to be consistent. Because if you are not consistent really in any type of business or work, then people won't trust you, right? They won't trust you to show up to do the things that you say that you will do. So I think that is why a lot of people shy away from building community, is because of the responsibility that it takes, right? Showing up in an authentic and honest way, making sure that people trust you, living up to your word, whatever you say that you're going to do, that you actually do it, not being afraid to apologize, to be transparent about things when things don't go the way that you thought, or maybe even the way that your community thought. And so there's a lot of responsibility with being a community builder, or having a community of people that look up to you, but not necessarily look up to you, but that a community of people that really trust in you, your brand, your product, and what it is that you represent. Next, I want to be really clear on what the difference between community and an audience. Now, let me say, having an audience, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, right? Having an audience is important. Visibility, because when I think of the word audience, I think of the word visibility. Visibility is important. It's necessary for growth, and it's necessary to scale. 1,000% check. Right? But there is this level of intentionality that goes into building a community, opposed to just being visible and gaining an audience. Your audience members can truly disappear overnight. Right? And Instagram is one of those places. And you hear people say this all the time, where on Instagram, you do not own your audience, right? At any given moment, the powers that be can decide to shut your profile down. You can lose followers. You just don't have ownership of your audience. You can connect with them now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you will connect with them in the future. But I do think that whenever you build a solid community, those are people that, again, that trust you and that are gonna kind of like be your ride or die. People that want to see you win, people that know that you're going to deliver on the product, project, or thing that you are promoting. If you do a really good job at building a community, they feel valued by you. They feel like you see them, like you hear them, like you are really connected with them, and not just on a I'm trying to sell you something level, but like on a very, emotional level. People ride with you in that way. And listen, a community can take longer to build, but if you build consistently and you really take on that responsibility, as I mentioned, it's going to be longer lasting than just building an audience. You're going to have people that are going to be willing to grow with you. As your brand is going to grow, your community is going to want to grow with you. Some of the things that community-oriented brands do is that they listen to their community, they prioritize their community, and they make sure that they serve before they sell. So they listen to their community. You want to make sure that you are really listening to what people want. And listen, that is the thing about going into business. A lot of times, which there can be good in that, right? There can be some positive that comes out of building things that you want to see. All transparency. A lot of the things that I've built and that I've done is because those are things that I wanted to see in my community and that wasn't happening, right? But the truth is that whenever you're going into a business or even community building, it's important to listen to what people want and what people are desiring. Even for me, I just mentioned that I created things that I wanted to see, but there has been times where I had to, even in creating something that I wanted to see, I had to still listen to my community of what they wanted this thing to be like, what they wanted to feel like, how they wanted to be celebrated. So you need to be in a place, in a position where you can truly listen to what people want and be ready to serve in that way. And that brings me to my next point, which is serve before you sell. Before you try to sell anything to anyone, making sure that you are being of service and in service to them. You never want to come across as a salesperson, right? Especially when you're trying to build a community. You don't want people to think that you're only trying to sell them something, but you want them to feel like you are serving them, that you are serving a greater purpose in their lives. Like, what are you adding? What value are you adding to their lives? Whether it be happiness, whether it be joy, whether it be getting some of their time or their freedom back. You want to make sure that you are very clear on serving your audience before you sell them anything. And then you want to prioritize building trust, not just being on the next wave of the next trend that is going to pull as many people in as possible, but you want to make sure that you are building trust. And that means being a man or a woman of your word, doing exactly what you say that you're going to do, because people will remind you, you said this is what you was doing. Why are you doing that? Right? And they do it in different ways, especially in this very high visible digital age where people can in an instant call you out on your BS, right? And so it's building that trust where people in your community trust you to deliver on that project or that product. They trust you for it to be good quality. They trust you to execute at a high level. They trust you to make sure that when something drops, it drops on time, or it drops, in a very, grand way. You just want to make sure that you are building trust with your community. That is going to be the thing that is going to keep them coming back year after year, week after week, project after project, product after product. So why does building community also build sustainability? Because when you build a community, again, they will be your ride or dies. They will ride with you till the wheels fall off, to the sunset, because they want to grow with you. They believe in you. They protect you. People want to advocate for a mission and a vision that they believe in, that they feel related to, but also feel inspired by. And that means that people are going to be coming back again, day after day, week after week, year after year, wanting to grow with you. And they champion you as you are growing, especially when they trust you and when they feel valued and seen. They champion you. They cheer you on. They a lot of times give you sometimes that energy that you need to keep keep going. It allows you to build this loyalty. When you have, again, that trust, and now that word loyalty, when you have a loyal community, they will stay with you for years and years to come. And so community really isn't about scaling. And again, I want to reiterate all of these things: aesthetics, scaling, and audience and visibility. Those things are very important to building brands and building businesses and seeing yourself climb, right? Absolutely. But beyond that, there has to be a level of intentionality, a level of responsibility and accountability to the people who you want to serve, to the people who you want to continue to come back and watch your TV shows, to come back and watch your content, to come and buy your lip gloss, to come and buy your makeup palette. You have to give them a reason to keep coming back. And that means being responsible for building a strong community. Also, while scaling and thinking about the aesthetics, right? And being visible, all those things, because that's important as well. But first, before we get to those things, it's important for you to build a really strong community. And I'm here to tell you that everybody, you are strong enough to be a responsible community builder. I'm gonna say that again. You are strong enough to be a responsible community builder. And when you focus your attention and your energy on building community and not just building an audience for visibility, you will see things start to turn around for you. Again, I have been very lucky and very blessed to do work that is rooted in community while, of course, still trying to scale and worrying about all of these other things. But I like to think that I have a community of people who really trust me, not only trust me, but trust the product. Right? Trust the work, trust the product. They feel seen, they feel valued, they feel heard. Go do it. Go do it. Go build that community. You can do it. You can be consistent. You can be, responsible. I'm here to tell you that you can do it. So please make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Also, please share this video with somebody that you think video would be of benefit to them and bless them. And let me hear you in the comments. Let me know what are some thoughts from this last video. Bye.